Hello, Flamettes. Welcome to Laugh and Learn. Hello, I'm your host, Flame Monroe, along with my partner here, Lauren Hogan. And Nick Smith, we're going to bring in a second. We are here with Tribble, our producer, and our cameraman, Kendall, up in the lounge, up in the lab. Where we at?
I like it, the lounge.
Really, we in the garage.
The lab.
You know,
I like it.
We in the garage. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have an exciting show today. We got some things to talk about. Y'all see my new red earrings I got as a gift yesterday for my show in San Mateo? I'll tell y'all all about it in a minute. We're going to just want y'all to come on in. Come on in the room. We got conversations to talk about, and we know you guys want to weigh in today. We don't have a special guest, but we do have the Flamettes. And that is as special as you can get, because nobody means more to us on this show than you all.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Lauren, look at Lauren. Y'all like Lauren glasses? Don't she look smart?
You know what? Okay.
Miss Marsha, I'm just joking with your baby girl. You know her mama fight you, baby. Woo, that mama tough, baby. Bring on Nick, Laureen Hogan.
Yes, indeed.
How y'all doing?
Hi, handsome.
Good, how are you?
Doing all right.
Nick, I like that gray jacket.
Oh, you saw the glasses. It shocked you. Yeah.
Yeah, it did, Lauren.
Yeah.
It did. You all got
I
me.
showed up today and Flame was like, here. And I said, oh, you don't like my regular glasses? Okay, so we'll be different today. It's fine.
You know, I have a funny glasses story. Lauren, I didn't wear glasses all my life. And then all of a sudden I hit 40 and it was like somebody had flipped a switch. I was like, whoa, what just happened? And they're like, welcome to 40. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, not even that. It's just like me looking at a computer screen all the time. Like I have my glasses are blue ray reflectors because my eyes were starting to hurt. So I don't think it's age. I just think it's technology at this point. Is ruining our senses. So we just got to protect ourselves. But there's no lenses in these. Flame just wanted me to look like her today. So
I wanted her to look smart.
Ooh.
You know what? Look smart. Yeah, okay. All right.
I, of course, can say that. No one else can talk bad about you and Lauren. And we might get to that story later. But understand that I plays no games about my people. Because my motto is, my bitches wear my collars because I wear theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. But may I ask you about this weekend, though?
Yes,
because
let's get back to it.
I lost my virginity this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It was wonderful. Oh, my God. No. So I have been booked in San Mateo with Miss Claire Mack, who has a bakery business there. A wonderful woman. Since 2019, but then the pandemic hit and we had hiccups. We couldn't go. So she flew me in yesterday morning. Oh my God, the treatment of how special that's this woman and everybody in her circle made me feel. I felt like a star. I felt like I was part of the family. I was so welcomed in her home, so welcome with her family. It was refreshing. It was one of the best bookings I've had in years and years and years, simply because this lady pulled no punches. She sent me home with 5 packs of Wright Applewood bacon, about 5 cans of Illy, some Love Lounge treats.
Ooh.
These beautiful earrings I got as a gift. I got perfume. And there's so many Flamettes that showed up. Vino Diva showed up. Leslie by the Bay, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Leslie by the Bay. Showed up. I acquired so many new Flamettes to come on to watch us here on Laugh and Learn and to just follow the page. This was a room. We were in the backyard of her home. They had a stage. It was set up beautifully. There were so many millionaires, movers and shakers, black, white, and indifferent, that were there. And I changed minds. I changed thought processes. I changed hearts. I changed a lot of things. And they told me that. They sent me some of the most beautiful messages. Lauren been reading them. It was an old white lady who had survived 44 years of domestic violence, said that because of my courageousness, you know, she was able to do something. I'm telling you, it was overwhelming. Thank you, Claire Mack. Please follow Claire Mack. Please subscribe to her. Please support her business. She makes all these cakes and her baby. She got refrigerators. Her kitchen is bigger than my house. She got like 4 major refrigerators. All of
those
these
industrial refrigerators.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the cakes were delicious. But she tried to feed me before the show. I'm double black.
No, not to do that.
Yeah.
I'm double black. You never feed the bears. That's why that sign said the zoo. Do not feed the bears. I'll be grizzly. But to San Mateo and everyone, and then her neighbors and her friends, Anita and Arnold, let me stay in their home. It was 2 doors away. I got dressed in their home. Me and Miss Anita sat and talked the entire time I was putting my makeup on. Just wonderful people, just beautiful spirits and hearts, no judgment. Great time. We had a great show, and we acquired new fans. And thank you guys. It was.
I love that.
I can't even tell you. And Miss Claire. Let me tell you about Claire Mack. There's a picture of us here on Instagram. She's a black lady with short gray hair, 84 years old. She looks 50.
Wow.
No
Yeah,
cracks. No wrinkles. She could touch her toes. She could kick almost to the top of her head. She could almost do a split. 84. There are no more excuses. I asked, I said, Miss Claire, what is the secret? How do you maintain your youth? Miss Claire told me she's been married to her husband 68 years. And when he gets on her goddamn nerves, she goes and gets her a hotel room for 3 days because nothing will affect her peace. She is unapologetic about who she is, the life that she lives. And if you cross her wrong, she will stop you dead in your tracks. I said, oh, so I'm going to stay young looking. Because, that's my motto right there. I don't know about checking out my house
right
for
there.
no 3 days. I'm going to stay at home. You can leave. But it was it was a wonderful experience. It was great for me. And it reaffirmed that I was put on this earth for a purpose. So thank you, Miss Claire Mack,
I love
and
that.
everyone in San Mateo for just rolling out the red carpet.
Shout out to everybody in San Mateo Flame. I'm going to ask you if I think it's, or Lauren, help me here. Isn't it Maya who said that people may not remember what you say, but they remember how you make them feel? Is that right? Yeah. So Flame, clearly that's what the impact was.
Oh, yeah. And Vino Diva, you see I'm wearing my jacket? Vino Diva brought me a gift. I got so many gift sets. I got perfume, earrings, beautiful handwritten letters. So many Flamettes came out. DC is going to be unbelievable. I promise you, DC will be unbelievable. So I'm wearing my jacket, Vino Diva. See, I'm showing a lot of tits, though, but I'm wearing my jacket.
They can't see it in the live. They're going to see it in the video
okay,
on
good.
Saturday. But that's okay.
This is another time to remind everyone, because we do get notes all the time. Like, hey, Flame, you're not in the frame. Lauren, I can't see you. You guys, we do this so that you all can engage with us on Mondays. But the actual show, you can see everything that Flame is wearing. You can see Lauren and her fullness and whoever may be in the guest in studio when the video actually uploads at midnight on Friday night. Right, Lauren?
Yeah. Well, lately it hasn't been doing that because I've been on the road and, Wi-Fi doesn't like me. So it's been like a Sunday thing. So
But they get the idea.
You'll get it. You get the video before the next week. So, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
But, we all got different jobs we're doing. So
How was your week, Nee? Because a rumor has it that you went to Chi-Town to see Mother Rose, baby.
I did indeed. Flame, you and I just had talk about how, as relatives get older and we can find time to do everything else. We got to find time to do the things that are also very important to us. So I said, because I am in Arkansas, a place God just works in so many mysterious ways. You know that. It was never my intention to come to Little Rock, Arkansas. This has been a blessing in so many different ways. And the fact that I'm like an hour flight I'm an hour flight from Chicago. You literally, American United, they all do that nonstop to Chicago. So it's effortless for me to hop on a plane now and go see her like every couple of months or so. So yeah, and we literally just hung out and catch up and laugh. It's always just been my mother and me. So we can give a look or don't even have to say anything. There's so much that's just nonverbal, and we just had a good time.
That's because
Sure
Mrs.
did.
Rosetta is a Cancer like me, her birthday is the 1st, right?
My mother, yeah, wow. How do you remember that?
I don't forget shit. I'm like an elephant. I'm shaped like an elephant, and I don't forget shit. And when you do me wrong, hit me when I tell you. I don't forget shit.
She don't either. She definitely remembers.
So
She's like,
as long as you
oh.
understand that cancers rule, because it's cancer season, and you stay in your lane, you and Miss Rosetta will always get along fine. Because we run shit. July cancers run shit. You June cancer, y'all crybaby ass. How was your week, Lauren? Because you were in Vegas. Did you win some money?
Vegas.
Listen, it's been a rough 2 weeks. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been my other job has been kicking my ass. Like just transparently, it has been. We had a last minute press event on homelessness and housing on Friday, and then I had to get on a plane that night to go to Vegas because we had an activation in honor of National HIV Testing Day, which was this past Sunday. So we had an activation on Saturday, and then I had to come back to LA because yesterday at one of our sites called Carl Bean, we actually did an unveiling of the official Black AIDS Monument.
I know Bishop Carl Bean.
Yes,
I used to go to his church.
We did an unveiling of the official Black AIDS Monument of Los Angeles yesterday at Carl Bean House with In the Meantime, which is a men's group predominantly, to support gay Black men. So we had KTLA and ABC7 came out. So it's been an action-packed filled week. A lot of advocacy and initiatives going on. Very grateful for the work that I'm doing, but it's very tiring.
Well,
to say the least.
I love what you said about the gay black men, because that's taking me straight to the topic number one. I was not able to watch the BET Awards last night because I was working in San Francisco in San Mateo. But baby, the internet is lit up, and everybody is feeling very different feelings about Lil Nas X openly kissing another man on the BET Awards during his performance. I've been being asked all day, how do I feel about it? How do y'all feel about it? Well, here's my thing. Y'all knew he was gay. He expressed that was his art. Madonna kissed Britney Spears open mouth on live. Y'all ain't said shit. I'm just saying, if we gonna do it, we gonna have to do it all the way.
I think, though, and we know this, I think that there's a standard that allows, because I think heteros fetishize women kissing women. I think that still falls within a hetero norm. I don't know that the country is comfortable with the idea of not only male on male affection, but definitely men of color kissing other.
There it is right there. That's it right there, Nicholas.
Too far.
Because if it had been two black women like that, Madonna and Britney Spears, it would have been a whole bunch of controversy. Shit, y'all had a fit when Janet showed part of her titty. She didn't even show the whole damn titty. I would have just showed the whole titty.
Well, I think part of it too is that I guess maybe it's the extent of the kiss, because like Madonna and Britney, it wasn't like a full on like slob down. Like it was a kiss, yes, but it wasn't like
it was open mouth.
I know it was, but I think what people are saying the issue is with the Lil Nas X situation is it was just a full blown slob. No different from when Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performed at the Grammys. They got however many complaints when they performed WAP together.
Ooh, did Megan get Cardi pregnant because Cardi pregnant?
No, Offset did that. Offset did that. So I mean, I think the kiss got a little too vulgar, and that's more so what the issue is. Not negating what you're saying, Nick, because I think too, there's still a huge stigma around homosexuality and people actually seeing it, in real time. So I think that, are people taking it a bit too far in terms of the outrage? Absolutely. But I think it's just, they were saying like BET in some ways is supposed to be a family show, and I think that some people are
absolutely
offended.
Not with all that nudity.
I said it's supposed to be. I didn't say it is. I think conceptually it's supposed to be more of a family show. So I think doing such a kiss that was so vulgar for everybody to see was the issue, is what my takeaway is from what I'm seeing. So.
And I'll tell you, Lauren, way before your time, but Flame will remember this. I remember the world was literally on fire when Madonna, I forget the actor's name, but she had a black Jesus. That wasn't bad enough. She had the nerve to identify Jesus.
It was
as being
Leon.
black. Flame, do you remember that? And then who is this white girl? And what is she doing?
Song?
And then
what was the song?
Like a virgin or like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Like a prayer, and she kisses him. Wait a minute. Not only is this a white girl, but it's a white girl with a black Jesus. It's a white girl with a black Jesus who kisses black Jesus. Pepsi could not drop her fast enough.
Well, first of all, let's give kudos to Madonna, who has went against the grain from day one and lived her life unapologetically. Yeah. So that was what I would say was keeping her young looking, but she ain't that young looking. Anyway, and I love Madonna. I adore Madonna. So Madonna has broken barriers years before. People have given her her props for that. I don't understand what the big deal is about Lil Nas X kissing, because, like Lauren said, BET was supposed to be a family show. BET Awards ain't been a family show since the second year of conception. Because everybody is naked on the damn show. Everybody. Even Cardi B was naked pregnant.
Incognito just said something. That's right, Incognito. I forgot that. That was the part running through a field of burning crosses. Flay, remember that? Like Madonna really just broke everything. And we were like, what is she doing? Who is this girl?
Madonna say, I don't give two. Madonna like black men though. So
she got a little black young thing right now. She be riding through cities and bicycles and stuff. She's living her best life. Mm-hmm. So
that 60-some-year-old cat still got some fire to it. Woo! Money has power.
I do think though that I want to say kudos to Lil Nas X, because he's living his truth, he's living his life, as he deems fit, and I appreciate what he's doing, especially for this younger generation around LGBTQ, because they feel like, there's somebody that they can actually identify with that's in the mainstream, that's, understanding to what they're going through in their circumstance. So I appreciate him being unapologetically him in these spaces and, defying societal norms. He started a little bit a month ago with the Jimmy Fallon performance, which I thought was choreographically phenomenal, and now he's performing at the BET Awards, and is just living his life. So shout out and kudos
what
to
month
him.
is this? This is June.
Pride.
It's
That's
Pride month. So he was living. He was happy. He was being proud.
And also too, I want to just say I'm so happy for Queen Latifah. I love the performance and dedication that they did to her for her last night, and she got the Lifetime Achievement Award. I actually started watching The Equalizer. It's a great show. I watched the entire season, so I'm also, very happy that she's been giving her flowers too, because she's done a lot, for the culture as well.
Can I say something though? I saw some of the clips on Twitter, in between all the porn, and let me tell you something. I recognized MC Light, and I recognized somebody else. I just didn't recognize Lil' Kim.
Oh, Lord.
Baby, let me tell you something. When Lil' Kim get to heaven, she gonna fly right past Biggie. She gonna be like, "What's up, Big?" He be like, "Do I know you?" Baby, she didn't change colors, nationalities, eye color. Kim, slow down.
Flame, be careful. Her tribe is thick. You and Trick Daddy gonna be in trouble this week.
Her tribe don't even recognize her. Go back to '93 and look at Kim and look at her now. If it named them wasn't up there, you wouldn't know who she was. She still turned it out though.
Yeah, I'll just say this. I just worked with her in April, and she is a sweetheart. She is so sweet. Her daughter came with her. She's very serious about her craft, and it was actually refreshing to see. I think, nowadays we see a lot of these artists that aren't really serious about music. Mm-hmm. So, being able to work with her and see her work ethic and just how she moves and shakes was very inspiring. So she's a sweetheart.
I'm cutting up, but I fucking love Lil' Kim. I do a lot of Lil' Kim music, no matter what people see. What we
and Lauren, I've also heard that she's generous as an artist, as in sharing with other women, like a mentor. Did you see that as well? Did you experience any of that?
Because Trina was actually there, so Trina opened up for her, and she literally brought Trina up during her set and talked about her mother and just how she's been a little sister to her and their relationship. And it was very much so like a powerful Black Queens moment that we had around hip hop for a Florida AIDS Walk event. So all of that. She's a genuine sweetheart all the way around.
I know that
I'm sorry, Nicholas. Come on. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
No, go.
Did I say my bad? My fault. Oh my God. Bad flame. I hate that word. I hate that word. When BET ever does recognize Lil' Kim as a legend, I hope that when they do the tribute for Lil' Kim, they use a bunch of trans girls, because so many of us do her music, and there's some bad girls out here that would turn the BET Awards upside down. I would have to be the host of BET. Originally, I'm the first queen of BET. Remember, I did Comic View in 2004, and y'all tried to pass me off as a woman. I told y'all in the back, ain't nobody gonna believe I'm no damn woman. They just gonna know that I was funny, and I was.
Go ahead, Nick. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just going to transition to one of the topics we talked about with the Flamettes. We were talking about apologies and whether or not you are allowed in the age of social media to have an opinion. Because Trick Daddy shared his opinion on The Breakfast Club, or shared his opinion earlier and then went back and talked about it. Is he allowed to have an opinion that he says that isn't necessarily as popular? And are we tired of people apologizing when they have an opinion?
What was his apology? Oh, he said that Beyonce couldn't sing.
Oh. Here's my thing, and this is my genuine opinion. I just feel like Trick Daddy wanted some attention, so he said something outlandish, and he's getting said attention that he was craving for. That's how I feel, because I'm just saying, if Beyonce can't sing, I'm sorry, did you listen from Dreamgirls? Like, there's just, her catalog is just too wide, too vast for you to make an outlandish statement like that. So
who?
Let
me start back. Who we talking about?
Trick Daddy.
Who?
Trick Daddy.
Yeah. Who?
I just feel like I think he just wanted, a couple of moments for some attention, and he got it. So, You
don't fuck with that Beehive. Let me understand that. I will talk shit about lots of people. You do not fuck with the Beehive. Secondly, if he ain't never listened to Beyonce sing Resentment, then he really don't know what. See, he's so used to hearing shoot the nigga, stab the mama, throw the kids out the train. That ain't singing, player. That's not singing. Beyonce can sing.
Yeah.
Wonderfully. And if he ever set his ass down, and listen to Beyonce sing and stop worrying about what's mainstream and what's popular, because they blasted that restaurant. You do not fuck with the Beehive. Period.
His restaurant rating went down.
Completely.
Down. It
Because they are
plummeted.
monsters.
It plummeted.
Beyonce,
for sure.
we love you over here, girl. I ain't never got nothing bad. You know, I think I'm your uncle.
But not saying that to say like you're entitled to your opinion and you can absolutely state your opinion, but you know, just know the backlash when your opinion may not be valid.
Somebody says she is not the best singer. Who is the best singer? Because you never know. Probably some of the best singers you've never heard because they don't have records.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of mainstream, I think that Beyonce is probably, you know, one of the best. And I think more so, too, because she gives a fantastic performance. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a Beyonce concert. It's a production.
I can't afford it.
Okay? Shoot. if the fan is not in the right place, that person that was on fan duty is getting fired. Okay? Like, her productions, it's airtight. You know what I mean? So, and she gives a performance. But to sit up and say that she can't sing is like, that's a ludicrous statement. Now, you guys want to debate if she's the best? Sure, we can have that debate. That might be valid. But to say she can't sing is just outlandish.
Beyonce is the most marketable artist right now to date. So say what you want to do, because if Beyonce drops something right now on impromptu, y'all gonna buy it out.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Trick Daddy, if you put out a free plate of food, they not showing up, player. I'm just letting you know they not showing up. Yeah, no.
We're talking about a couple of things. A couple of things we had done earlier this week. Flame, if you'll remember last week, people were kind of excited about the fact that the Supreme Court had upheld Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. And many were celebrating, saying, oh my God, Amy Coney Barrett, and they're amazing. They're doing all these great things. And Flame, you said even then, they're doing their job.
That's it.
Let's
stop giving praise.
Job.
They're doing their job. There's no praise needed. You were appointed this, even if all of us who opposed it, you were still appointed. And we just feel like you did the right thing, but you were doing your job. You don't get kudos for that. That's like a dad saying, I'm taking care of my kids. Your kids, your job, your responsibility. You don't get no pat on the back for that shit.
All of that falls on the Supreme Court today, said it will not take up a dispute over whether transgender students must be allowed to use restrooms to match their gender identities. So they upheld a decision from a lower court allowing a student who identifies not by the gender that they were assigned at birth, but to use the bathroom of their now identified gender. So many are seeing this as a celebration for students who don't often have. I know that we've had this conversation amongst ourselves, but I heard one of the people say something today that really kind of resonated with me. I hadn't thought about that. More often than not, children need adults to advocate for them, and that they often don't have that, and that the difference can be made when a child feels as though they're protected and allowed to use a safe space, thus being a bathroom that identifies with the gender that they identify with. So that was it.
Let me say this, and y'all can get mad. You know I don't care. That is so unimportant to me. I don't give a damn about no bathroom right. I do not give a fuck about a bathroom right. If I got to pee and you in my way, I'm going to piss on you. Because what you do is you go to the restroom to handle your business, wash your hands. That should be the biggest issue, because I've seen plenty of y'all, male and female, roll up out the stall and roll up out the door. Don't wash hands or nothing. That should be the biggest issue. They got all gender bathrooms. They're making a lot of all gender bathrooms at the airport. I just traveled yesterday. They had all gender bathrooms all over the airport. If you're not comfortable in going to a male or a female bathroom, go to the all gender bathroom. It's one person in there, which will be you. You can lock the door and you can do whatever you need to do in there. That's it. Stop making a big deal out of it. This is Pride Month. Transgender have moved in spaces that were unheard of now. We have a state senator, a doctor, actors, producers, TV stars, all of this. And y'all still talking about a damn bathroom right? You don't go to the bathroom to play cards. You go to the bathroom to smoke on the low or to use the toilet and wash your hands and leave. You making it a big deal, then it becomes a big deal. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah, and I think this is like why I've said too that, you know, Flame is an anomaly being of the trans community in a lot of these spaces, because while, you know, Flame will say like, you know, the bathroom right is not what's important. It's like you guys actually going out to vote. You know, the trans community going out to vote is what's important. So that's why I've said I think that you're an anomaly in a lot of these spaces in terms of, you know, what the priority is for the transgender community. But I agree. I think that I'm glad to see that in a lot of these spaces, like in airports and different things that they're doing, all gender inclusive bathrooms. Because I feel like it's easier for people. I mean, shoot, I use an all transgender bathroom. I just go where it's available. Hell, I use the men's bathroom if the line in the ladies' room is too long.
And the ladies' bathroom is always a damn long line.
And people look at me crazy.
That's a great question. As I was going through the airport, I noticed there was a line for the ladies' bathroom. What do you think it is that women won't advocate for the same number of facilities that men have? Why do you think in 2021, even I took a moment, I'm like, I can't believe that women still aren't comfortable speaking up and saying, you know what, I buy a ticket, I deserve a bathroom. I should not, women should not have to wait 7-9 deep to go to a bathroom. Does that make sense? Or is it cultural? You're like, Nick, we can wait. I
don't even think it's that. I just think that men can pee a lot easier than women can.
That depends on what age you are.
Y'all can just grab and shoot. You know what I mean? Y'all can grab and shoot. Y'all got stalls lined up, like, little urinals lined up next to each other. Right. Women, we got to go in, we got to unzip, we got to pull down. Sometimes we got to squat, if the toilet don't look too right.
And I think, too, when men have to go, men have to go. I think women can say, oh, I need to go to the bathroom and wait 20 minutes and say, oh, I still need to, that type of thing. So I think
it just takes us longer. That's
different. Yeah.
That's why we've got, backup.
Let me ask a question. Kendall straight man. Kendall, have you ever used the women's bathroom out in public?
Oh, yeah, sure.
See? Because the lines be so long sometimes. And in my personal experience, I'm going to say this, ladies. Y'all going to be mad at me. The women's bathroom are always nastier than the men's bathroom. I don't know what the hell. Baby, always. And I ain't talking about just the smell. Baby, the women's bathroom be nasty. So some of you ladies, I can only imagine.
Dirtier than a men's bathroom?
Oh, my God, yes. Disgusting.
I don't know about that.
Disgusting. Let me tell you something. When I go to a public bathroom, because I'm a sitter and peer unless I'm in a hurry. When I tell you I pad the toilet seat with toilet paper, it feel like it's a pillow top mattress on top of it. I put so much toilet paper.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Oh wow!
Ooh,
my goodness!
I don't think that it's a problem using either bathroom because you're not going in there to molest anybody. See, they made all of this a big issue. When you have to use the bathroom, you go in the restroom to use the restroom, wash your hands, and leave. Ain't no man going in there being perverted over no kids and all that because you don't let your child go to the restroom at a certain age by them damn self. If they're not at least 10 years old or 11 years old. You're usually in there with them and standing outside the stall. Even as a dad, I would go in with no makeup on when my daughters were young and we would go to public restrooms. I'm standing in the restroom outside the stall because I'm not standing outside the door. And if you are uncomfortable, then bitch, wait till we're done. And then when I leave out, then you can come in. Because not only men touch and molest children, women touch and molest children.
Well, let's go ahead and make a shift because, we talked about a couple of things that are top of line in the news. And one of them, lighter, is the heat wave that is hitting the West Coast. We have friends and neighbors in Portland and Washington State who are experiencing heat at levels they've never experienced before. So the Flamettes who are tuning in from out there, I understand you all are in triple digits and you're not used to that. We want you all to stay safe and find those cooling stations if you need them.
Yeah. But according to the last person that was in the White House, global warming isn't real.
Listen, it was 110 degrees in Las Vegas on Saturday. I sweat in places I never sweat before. So I did. I did. It was hot. It was very hot.
Miss Marsha, come get your daughter.
It was very hot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was hot. So.
That is so funny. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. 151 still missing. The beach building has turned into what authorities are now saying is a mass grave, and questions are starting to mount about payoffs maybe for permits, and neighbors are now fearing for safeties in buildings that are near that area. This may turn out to be, because they have not found the 151 who are missing, this could turn out to be the largest mass casualty of American lives from a single event since 9/11.
Before we go any further, can I just say this part right here? We had no hand in that. Let me explain that to y'all. Y'all finna be salty with Flame Monroe. We had no hand in that because they don't hire us for construction jobs. And when I say us, I'm talking about the blacks. If they put that list out on who put that building together, if it was 2 blacks on there, I would be shocked. It's usually one black woman that holds the slow sign on the outside. They don't hire us to do that, so we had nothing to do that. Whoever's in control of that with that rebar and the brick and them contracts, they need their asses handed to them, and they need to sue from the top down. If I was living in one of them buildings along the boardwalk or wherever that is, I would move out immediately because that is tragic and scary. I'm gonna let y'all talk y'all way in because I'm at the end. I'm gonna close this out. Destroying Patrick. If you don't know who Patrick is, he's the starfish from SpongeBob SquarePants. You all know him in Florida as the governor, Ron DeSantis. I'm coming for your ass, Ron. Y'all have this right now. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I just think that this is going to turn into a huge lawsuit. Mainly, I think with the city, because I saw today reports have come out that in 2018, there was a report that was delivered that said that the actual structure was not foundationally sound. They said that there was, damage to the structure in 2018, and then now 3 years later the structure collapses. So the mayor has said things. The vice mayor was on today talking about it, and it's just at this point there was so much negligence around it. There's nothing you can really say to provide any type of solace to these families that have loved ones missing, and you still can't find 151 people. And I can't imagine, and I hate to say this, I can't imagine anyone is still alive being in that rubble for the past 4 days without oxygen, without water. There's just no way.
Oh, geez.
And the way that you guys went about even trying to retrieve people was horrible. You started, Flame, I talked about this. You started at the bottom. Yep. You were starting to dig at the rubble from the bottom, which is the stupidest thing imaginable, because if you pull from the bottom, all you're going to do is sink the rest of the rubble down. You're just going to keep exacerbating the situation. So I foresee lawsuits coming mainly towards the city. The building owners, sure, but all they're going to do is deflect to the city, because they're going to say, well, you guys approved these plans for the structure and everything else. So the city and Ron DeSantis is probably going to have to come up with a few $1 million to compensate these families for all of the negligence that was around the structure.
Nick, what you think?
Death toll has risen to 10, 151 still unaccounted for. I think that immediately after this happened, I went into reporter mode, and I knew what many of my colleagues were probably doing, which was digging for permits to find out who signed off when. We learned over the weekend that back in 2018, it said, hey, you've got some structural issues here that could cost as much as $9 million. Well, if you're part of a homeowners association, you're sitting there thinking, I don't want to pay this. I don't think you also know the severity of that structural damage. If someone says to you, hey, you've got structural damage in your home, Nick, okay, well, is it something I need to take care of right now, or can I still do this trip to Aruba next month? I don't think people understood the seriousness or the danger in that place. We also now know that people who lived in that building saw water regularly in the basement. They saw water in the garage, but it's my understanding, too, that those who live in South Florida, particularly those with beach views, are used to seeing water and standing water in places. So a lot of it was dismissed, and now people are second guessing. But no one expected this to happen, because they're also saying that 40 years is not considered an old building, that it passed inspection at that time, that whatever was allowed then was the standard at that time. I just think that like Lauren said, I think we're going to see quite a few lawsuits come. I think people want accountability. And I don't know that we're going to find many more people alive after this. I think this now becomes a recovery effort for what remains. And
I think people knew, though, Nick. I just think that they didn't care. That's what I honestly feel that way. It's just, to your point in terms of, they had to pay all of this money to get the building fixed. Mm-hmm. They just didn't care at that point. They didn't care to fix it. And I think that's what it's coming down to. That's what I mean when I say there's such negligence. It's just that it was like, okay, because I'm also curious to see the demographic of folks that were living in this building. Notice it's a lot of elderly people and people that are Latino and people of color, and y'all didn't care.
The irresponsibility falls to me on the governor. And I'm going to say this 10 times over. Florida, if Ron DeSantis have not showed y'all who he is through the pandemic and now through this, I don't know what the hell y'all waiting on to have him removed as the governor of Florida. He is a detriment to the state. He is a detriment to your lives, and he is a detriment to this country. And I'm sorry, because he's such a lost person following behind the Trump. He is ridiculously an idiot. And I cannot believe that y'all voted for this man to put this man in office. This man does not care about the state of Florida. He does not care about people that is not in his immediate circle. And I'm saying this, tell a nigga to call me because I'm ready for him. Because he dumb as a box of rocks, and I'll tell him to his face. And I just think that Florida needs to band together and to have him removed as governor. Y'all mad at our governor for going to have a lunch? Ain't no buildings collapsing in California.
True.
Well, that's true. I don't know. I think to be fair, I don't know that we can put this on Ron DeSantis because
they blamed Obama for everything. Turnabout is fair play. They blamed Obama because I pooed it this morning. That ain't his fault. God damn it, they blamed Obama for everything. Since you blamed our president for everything, I'm blaming y'all governor for anything and everything negative that happens in the state of Florida.
Well, I think the blame part that can be placed on DeSantis is that he tried to stop rescuers coming in to help with the cranes and different things. It took so long for these cranes to come in and lift the rubble to actually help and in expediting the recovery effort of those that still may have been alive. He initially did block the assistance coming in, so I think that's where the blame can be placed.
And who overrode him, Lauren?
Was it Joe Biden?
President Joe Biden overrode his bullshit.
Yeah, so I think in that regard, we can definitely blame the governor and say, you didn't care about these people because why would you block assistance coming in to help? Because clearly your recovery efforts sucked. Let's just call a spade, it did. Y'all didn't even know how to actually rescue people. You were pulling rubble from the bottom like that was going to do something.
Ridiculous. And the cranes came in yesterday, which yesterday was day 4 or 5? 3 or 4?
Day 4. Today's day 5.
So you wait 4 days to bring cranes in. I understand that there was rain and it was a fire, but I've seen y'all do construction in the rain.
Yeah.
I've seen them with cranes doing construction in the rain. I'm not understanding why his lack of responsibility that it took 4 days for crane. And just what Lauren said, you don't start from the bottom and move the rubble. You restart at the top to remove the rubble so you can find body. There are babies up under there. There are old people up under there who, like you said, been up under there for 4 or 5 days, no water, can't go to the restroom. And people of our age, seasoned people, will take in, I'm about to die. But imagine a kid or a baby looking for their mom or looking for their dad, whoever's taking care of them, and they stuck. They can't do anything. Leg broke, back broke, arm broke. DeSantis took none of that into accountability. I'm telling you right now, I'm not letting him get a pass on this. I see your comments, Mark. Fuck DeSantis. I said it on this platform. Fuck DeSantis. I don't like people who don't care about people. This has nothing to do with race. He doesn't care about people. It's babies up under there dying right now, holding on to their last breath. Because they don't know, they don't understand death. They're children, they're babies. It's fucked up. And it's sad all the way around, but it's fucked up that the person in the charge and at the top did not move faster to have this debris moved to save more lives. Because a lot of those people under there, fucked up to say, are probably already deceased. Because they've been waiting 5 days to be rescued.
Well, we had major news last week also, since the last time we recorded, and that was the sentencing of George Floyd's killer, Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin, who was sentenced to 22 and a half years in federal prison. He was convicted, as we know, on the death of George Floyd. And there's been a lot of debate over whether or not people feel like, one, if that's justice, and two, if that's enough time.
Well, I'll say this.
I know the Flamettes will want to sound off on this one. So
yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I think justice would be as if George Floyd was still alive. First and foremost, that is justice. Do I like the amount of time that Derek Chauvin has received? Absolutely. I think the maximum in this case specifically was he could get up to 30 years. There's still a federal civil rights case pending where, if convicted in that space, it's just going to add on to his already pre-existing sentence of these 22 and a half years. So I do think that it's a start. You know what I mean? I think in a lot of ways we haven't gotten justice for a lot of the black men and women that have been killed by the police. So I think that, and I said this before on this platform, is that they were going to make Derek Chauvin an example. They had to, because of the global outrage around this. It's not like the Rodney King situation. There was global protests and outrage about this. So Derek Chauvin had to be the sacrificial lamb. And considering his track record of the 17 other incidents that he had of police brutality, that nothing happened, I feel like this is just karma coming around to bite him in the ass. So I am happy with the 22 and a half years that he's gotten so far. I hope that there's another conviction coming down the pipeline. And hopefully this is a start to some serious, reformative change that needs to happen within, policing. So
hats off to the young lady who videotaped it, because had she not videotaped this, we would have never known, and they would have covered it up in Minnesota to
Miss
save his
Frazier,
ass.
yes.
How many people have he gotten away with murder with? God see everything. You might have got away with a couple of other ones, but we got you now. Pookie Ray Ray, walk yourselves to protective custody. There's no need for him to ever walk out of prison. Take that however you want to take it.
Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Yeah, got me looking crazy. I took my headband off my head. Hey, y'all.
We love natural black girl magic. We love it. Give it to us.
Hi, Dawn.
Give it to us.
Hi, Flame. How are you, darling?
Girl, weigh in. And I wanted what you, girl, because you know you don't care. Miss Dawn, first of all, Dawn, I want 3 things I need you to comment. I want you to comment on DeSantis. I also want you to comment on what we were just talking about.
Derek Chauvin.
But I want you to start with how you feel about Lil Nas X kissing the guy.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it.
Tell us why.
I don't want to see our black men kissing each other like that on national TV. Like everybody was saying, BET's supposed to be a family show. Not anymore. I just didn't think it was the platform to do that. I didn't care for Madonna when she did it. That was nasty. I didn't care for what's the little girl's name? Cardi and
Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't want to see it. And it could be my age. I'm older now, so I don't want to see all of that stuff. We didn't come from an era where everything is shown like it is now. So it could be it. I don't know. I just don't want to see it.
What you feel about what do you feel about Chauvin and the 22 and a half years?
Well, I'm surprised we got that.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that we got the 22 years. Because I thought he was going to get probation. I really did.
I want to say something so fucked up right now. It's the thought in my head. I'm trying to hold it, but I want to say it so bad.
Well, you opened the door, so say it.
But
okay.
They didn't give him 20 years because they only convicted him because they knew the city was going to burn down. And we weren't going to burn it down. They were going to burn it down. Okay? That's the only reason why they did that.
Mm-hmm. You know what redemption would be in Chauvin's case? Is
what?
if it's Flame, my bro, please don't. I got to just let y'all say it. I just got to say it. Because his mom got up there and talked about how she would miss her son and woo 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 woo. If the mom passed while he was in jail and he couldn't go to the funeral. That's it.
Well, I mean, even with the mom though, we talk about how racism is a learned behavior. Her remarks clearly showed you where his racism came from. She taught it to him.
She did not say to the Floyd family, my sincere apologies, my condolences. She didn't say nothing. It's all about her and her son, and he was her number one son. Bitch, really? So that's the motherfucker you raised.
If she passed away while he was incarcerated and he could not go to the funeral, I think it would eat his ass up even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you shitted him out. Yeah, you shitted somebody just like you.
Come on, Dawn. See, that's what we love you over here.
Mm-hmm.
I just horrible that this young man had to go through this, but we were lucky to get the 22 years. I'm serious. If he serves 5 of those years, we'll be lucky.
Because he's a police officer, and if they let him out on good behavior, again, Pookie and Ray, you can always walk yourselves. I was in prison in the early 90s. You can always walk yourself and say that you don't feel safe, and they will put you in protective custody. Pookie and Ray, have at it.
Like I said earlier, county jail and prison, that's 2 different entities.
But this is federal prison. Federal prison can be like Club Med. State
but
prison.
He's going to state prison first. He's going to state prison first.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. If there's the federal.
That's it.
well, yeah, because if the federal charges, if he gets convicted of those federal hate crime charges with the other 3 officers, then he's going to go to federal prison, and his sentence is going to be extended for however long.
He has to serve his state sentence first, then he goes to the feds.
Yeah.
If he makes it through the state sentence.
Right.
That that's 2 different places. I keep trying to tell people the county jail and the state prison, that's two different places. They make their own rules. They run that.
Yeah, they do.
You know, people just go there to get a check, but they run that prison.
Because the people who work there, the people in charge in prison, then don't even do it. They pay the prisoners to do the work. They do the paperwork. They work in the office. They work, so they know who you are. They know when you coming. They put the word out, baby. Understand
they know
that
everything.
He can definitely get got.
Oh yeah, and all the guards got to do is just turn their back. That's all they got to do.
Look at Porter. Look at Erskine Porter, Reverend Porter. Reverend Porter, me and Reverend Porter, but he know, and he's a preacher. He say he can get it.
He can get it. But I just it's just amazing how this day and age we still going through this stuff. And like we were talking earlier, like I said, I hope that nobody that I know, any that we know, or relatives are going through this stuff. But if they do have to go through this, sue the police union. That's the powerhouse behind no good, rotten ass police officers. Sue the union. Don't sue the city, because you suing for people like me and you that want justice. Why should we have to pay for them? Sue the union, because that's where the money is. And if you and and I hate to say it like this, but I guess I'm gonna say it.
Come on with it.
The best way to get white folks is in their pocket, because they know not to do it again.
Well, wait a minute, because some of these white folks' checks be cashing now. Let me just say, my checks be clearing from the white folks. Let me.
But you understand what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, though. I'm just trying to lighten it.
You get one union, one strong union, and you bust them down. They come up with different rules and regulations. As long as you're doing it, they don't care.
Yeah, somebody named Sis Moya says, what does the mom have to do with it? The mom implemented herself in there when she went to the courtroom to speak when she went to court to speak on behalf of her murderous son that she raised, that was her favorite, and never took the time to look and address his family and say, I'm sorry for what my son, because that's your son, lady, what my son has done.
That's what you shitted out. That's what you shitted out. You shitted that out. She sat there and said that by the time he gets, if you give him the 30 years, and correct me if I'm wrong, by the time he get out, his father and I be dead. Well, bitch, okay.
Oh.
And life goes on.
See, I didn't say it. Dawn said it.
But that's the privilege, though, because my life matters. But what my son did to George Floyd and his family, it's not a big deal, because if I die, my son should be able to be free to come to my funeral.
Exactly.
I definitely want.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah, if she passes away, I definitely do not want them to allow him to go to his mother's funeral.
And people in Minnesota, if you don't like the verdict, if you don't like the sentence, then you need to start voting in the local area and get these judges out of office. Because see, once again, he only gave him the 22 years because they didn't want the city to burn down. Okay, because he really was going to give him 10 years probation, adjudicated probation. That's how that shit works.
Well, they're saying he's probably only going to serve about 10 of those years with good behavior is probably what's going to happen. So,
but you know what, Lauren, 10 years, 6 months is a long time in the state prison. That's a long time. 10 years is a long time. That's a long time.
But my thing is this, though. We have, us, like black and brown folks that are in jail for much longer sentences for lesser crimes. Like when the verdict came down, I saw a post that Tina Knowles, did, saying that she had a nephew that was given, the same amount of time for a marijuana charge. And nowadays they're giving marijuana sentences out to get people vaccinated. So the hypocrisy in, the law is very screwed up.
And that's why we have to start voting and getting the right people in office to get these good old boys, these no good ass judges and district attorneys. They don't just start off as judges. They start off in the DA's office.
That's true.
Get their asses out, and then we can rewrite some of the laws. But as long as we stay home and not do anything, they're gonna continue because they're still trying to stay in power.
But similar to that too, I also hope that Kamala Harris, I hope that she takes it upon herself to do some due diligence and go and basically undoes what Mitch McConnell did, because he also gave a lifetime appointment to a lot of local circuit judges, and he appointed these racist white men to put, us still in jail. So I hope that she also, within this stint, takes it upon herself to go, fix that too. So,
Hi, Cassie. I saw you.
hope, Lauren,
Oh, come on, Dawn. I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan, but I hope I'm a hope with you, Lauren.
keep
I'm a
hope
hope
alive,
with you.
Dawn. Keep hope alive.
Cassie, I saw your comment. I saw your comment where you say your family members say the state jail is easy. I mean, the state prison is easier than jail. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, that's what a couple of family members said. They said because in the county, you're only allowed out of your room or you're only allowed out of your cell maybe 1 hour of the day. But when you're serving time at the prison, you can work, you can go to school, you're out with the community. So it's not as hard as doing time in the county jail.
What state is this?
This Washington state.
Come to Texas. Oh, come to Texas.
First of
we got
all,
a prison. We got a prison on every corner.
First of all, I've been in
stores.
prison and I've been in state jail. Prison was definitely freer, but it wasn't easier. It was just freer. And when I say free, it was like you could move around more. You wasn't as stationary, so you can go out to the day room or you can go back to your cell. But when people wanted to get to you, it's a lot easier to get to you in prison than it is in jail.
Oh, they can get you, but my family was telling me that it's so much easier to do their time. Like, I have a family member right now that's doing time in the prison out in Clallam Bay.
What's his number? I'm gonna send him a pen pal. Hey, baby.
He must. Your relative, Cassie. Your relative must be an OG. They don't mess with OGs. He must be an OG.
There's a few, but
no, they've been.
It
No,
depends
you're in
on
the
what
way.
you've been there for and what you did. But yes, from what I understand, it's a lot easier in the state than in the county because you're out your cell. You get to communicate. You're out and you get to do whatever. So, but Texas is a lot different from Washington State. So
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can
Texas
I just say this? Pookie and Ray Ray and them, y'all owe us one. Y'all let Zimmerman get away. Y'all owe us one.
Well, you know what, Flame, and just like how they got Jeffrey Dahmer, they kept Jeffrey Dahmer in solitary confinement for the longest. And when they got tired of that solitary confinement, he just so casually got into a general population, and they killed him.
Yeah, he was mopping the floor, and then they mopped the floor with that ass. He was actually mopping when he was murdered. And the guy stabbed him with the mop stick. That was Ray Ray. Pookie wasn't at that one. That was Ray Ray.
Pookie was probably on parole, but
Pookie was the lookout man.
Yeah.
We can only hope that they'll take care of business because we still got Amber Geiger in there too for killing up off the mean. So.
And to me, women worse than men. So I don't know what. Shut up, Flame Monroe. Shut the fuck up. Flame
She's still
Monroe.
trying to overturn her conviction, though. I think she has a trial date coming up to get her sentence overturned. So.
And I'm still concerned about the two men, the father and son in Georgia that killed the young man. Mm-hmm. I'm concerned about that because of what's going on in Georgia. And the governor they have in Georgia, and wasn't the father a police officer? See, it's the system. Yeah. It's the good old boy system. It's the union that they still have ties to the union. Some of these unions still hold their commissions, even if they're retired or semi-retired. They can still hold their guns. See, it's a lot deeper. That's why I'm saying you got to go after the unions because that's the stronghold.
I agree.
Who have the money? That's who have the money.
I think if we saw someone go after the unions, everything would change.
Yeah,
because that is where the money is.
Wait a minute,
they running things.
Do y'all remember? I don't mean to go off track too much, but do y'all remember when the elderly black woman, I think it's in Alabama or Mississippi, her son was murdered by the Klan, and she sued the Klan.
Yeah, the black lady.
The black lady. Yeah.
What was her name? Nicholas knows her name. What's her name, Nick?
I can't think of her name, but they did a documentary on CNN about her.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. I can't think of her name either.
She broke the Klan too, at that particular time. I guess they changed names, their Aryan nations and stuff like that now. But she broke the Klan. She sued and won in a civil lawsuit.
Let me tell you something about these civil lawsuits too. Don't be telling me you're going to give me $50 million and I got to pay Ben Crump and all these attorney's fees. If I'm going to get $50 million, first of all, I'm not paying no attorney fees because I would not be in court had you not let this reckless, irresponsible ass individual loose on the world to kill my baby. That's first thing.
Right.
Y'all pay that shit. If I'm getting $50 million, I want $50 million tax free. Treat me like I'm Trump. He ain't pay no taxes. Fuck, I'm going to pay some for shit.
Yeah, he paid $400.
Well, I will say in the Ahmaud Arbery case, Don, what you kind of touched
Beulah
on,
McDonald, that was her name.
Yeah, in the Ahmaud Arbery case, we do have a black woman who's the DA who's leading the prosecution, so it gives me some sense of hope. Whenever there's a black woman who's the DA and is the lead prosecutor, it gives me a little bit of comfort. So, and
DAs can be bought, Lauren. I understand what you're saying. I work for the county. DAs can be bought.
Absolutely,
but
especially
a woman too. And if she's trying to go higher than the DA's office,
absolutely, you have a valid point. But I'm saying in this case, because she's gotten so much backlash because they've tried to remove her from this case so many times, makes me feel like she's a good one because they want her off the case because they know that she's going to actually do her job. So it makes me feel a little better. And because it's taking so long, I hope that she's really building an airtight case against, I'm not going to say their names, against his father and the son that murdered Ahmaud Arbery.
Murderer 1 and Murderer 2. Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And the third person that filmed it.
Yeah.
Murderer 3.
Yeah.
Murderer 3. Yeah.
All of them. Killers.
We have to get these DAs, these district attorneys, they low down and dirty too, because they all go and play golf together. They all go to dinner. They at each other's house. They sleep in each other's beds.
Mm-hmm.
They
screw each other's wives. All that.
They screw each other's wives. They do all of that. And then in the courtroom, to get what they want, they do what they want to us.
You said play golf, Don. Can we just talk about how much golf Donald Trump is not playing since we are not paying and he lives at Mar-a-Lago? I'm just saying.
Oh, no, he's still getting money from the government, from all of the Secret Service that stayed at Mar-a-Lago. He's still getting checks.
Oh, he still has.
Really?
He's still getting checks, yeah.
He's still getting, and they won't get rid of it.
But he's not playing. But he's not playing golf as much.
It's called back pay. He's getting back pay from all of the Secret Service stays and everything else at Mar-a-Lago. So he's still getting taxpayer dollars. Let's not be confused about that.
Taxpayers' money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's a white man in America.
True.
Thank you, Cassie.
But speaking of corrupt politicians, what do you guys think about DeSantis? We haven't touched on that.
Well, what Flame was talking about that this morning, I watched little news because this is depressing to see a building in this day and age collapse. Mm-hmm. That's number one. And it's not a natural disaster. A tornado didn't hit it. No. Hurricane didn't hit it. What happened? And like you were saying earlier, Flame, it wasn't us because we don't get those kind of jobs.
We don't.
So who signed off on the permits? Why is it taking so long to get the crane? Why didn't y'all pull that out the first day? Like you said, why they didn't start from the top and work their way from the bottom? It almost seems like they wanted this shit to happen. And I'm sorry, and of course the American people, we're the sacrificial lambs. They didn't get us with the COVID. They got us with something else.
I'm sorry, Miss Tom. I was gonna say I don't know that we can blame wholly DeSantis because what about the city or the county? Like each county has their different mayors and their different codes and their different. So I say it's partly his fault, but I think we also need to blame the county and the people in charge. In like 2018, we come out with this report that there's something wrong with the building. It's suspect to me.
I can't blame DeSantis for the building falling, Cassie, but I blame him for his irresponsibility and his lack of leadership when it came down to fixing this problem, because you couldn't fix it. The building fell, but you could have got on top of it to show that you had some kind of compassion for not only American people, but these are people in your state. These are probably people, some of these people probably voted for this asshole.
That's right.
He reminds me of the other president that we had. He don't care about people. In this instance right here, it's like you don't care about these people. In this instance right here, this building falling down, which doesn't look like it fell. It looks like something blew up.
It really did. It reminded me of the Twin Towers imploding.
Yeah.
It literally did, because one side fell and then 5 seconds later the other side fell. It was, oof. Sorry, go ahead, Cassie.
It's sad. It's really sad. And then there was on the news about the grandparents that keep calling their family. I think it was like 16 calls, and all the family hears is static. Like, my heart just goes out to the people. Like, really, it's It's
See,
a
this
sad
is
state
how
of
this,
affairs.
and this is how we know we are human and we are American people. They love to say, "Well, black people are always fighting the racists." I don't know how they said it was mostly a Jewish building, right? Most of the people's residents were Jewish or of a Jewish
I
community.
think so.
Latina.
We care because they were people. We don't care what
Yeah.
color they were or what nationality they were or what goddamn religion they were. We care because they were people. There are babies there. And oh, fuck FTN for DeSantis. If you don't know what that means, FTN, fuck that nigga. Shit, I'm over it. I'm so heartbroken. What if I had a family member there, a kid? Somebody is hurting up under that, and he don't care about that. He only wants what he wants. Florida, y'all gotta do better. Shit.
Yeah.
But like you said,
people-
we got to vote them out. Got to vote these
We do.
out, because they only in it for themselves. I don't know.
I don't know how people can sleep.
Yeah.
It's been hard for me to sleep thinking about them people. They're on my prayer chain. I don't know how you can sleep as humans, seeing people go through that and just be able to sleep at night. You know what I mean?
They shoot us
I
at
don't
the
know.
stop. They shoot us at the stop signs, and we go to sleep. So yeah, I can sleep, but I'm still heartbroken behind
my
it.
spirit is heavy.
Yeah,
My spirit
I
is
mine
heavy.
too. I get that, Cassie, but child, let me tell you something. More people need to band with the black community or with black and brown people to say we need things to change, because if if Jewish people are considered brown people, they showing now that this building that they would, when they're done with us, y'all next. And that goes to whoever is listening. When they're done with us, they need somebody else to dominate, because that's how they are as a people. They need to be in control of somebody. So when they're done with us, who next on deck? Because they're not going to do it to each other. You can look at the court system and see that. You can look at January the 6th in Washington. They challenged those police. They fought those police, and nobody was getting shot until that woman climbed through that window. But they did everything they could. I just watched the CNN special Saturday night. I seen videos that I had never seen before. Those people were out of control. Out of control. And had that been us, and I saw some dumbass blacks for Trumps out there too, but had that been us right there on the forefront, on the front line, we would be dead as a doorknob.
Oh, and no
Yeah, it would've
convictions
been
came down.
No convictions.
It was probation.
Child, please.
And a fine, and community
Child,
service.
please.
And they
That's
still taking up form, but let us gather together and have a protest just about anything. And they have the SWAT team out there for us.
Honey,
Yeah.
we would have never hit the barricades. As soon as we would start walking up towards the barricade, they would have just opened fire on us.
And
And then
what's so
a black man saved Nancy Pelosi and saved Mike Pence, because it was a black officer that led them. They were going the way that they were, and the black officers took them the other way. And they ain't sang his praises. They gave him a pat on the back, but they ain't sang his praise. But y'all want to give praises to Amy Coney Barrett and that other nigga for doing their job. He did his job.
Yeah.
Shit.
They let them go to the inauguration.
Girl, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to punch Lauren. I'm so damn mad.
I didn't do nothing. Wait a minute. I didn't do anything.
Don't my baby look cute with her glasses on. Look at Laura, y'all, with her glasses. Don't she look smart?
cute.
Flame switch. Flame. We were supposed to be twins today.
I
and
can't see the
Flame
words.
switched. But anyway, we appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for coming on. We always
Cassie,
love
thank
the
you,
insight.
Cassie. Thank you, Dawn. Flamettes, y'all. Nick, can bring Nick back in.
That's exactly what I'm about to do.
You guys just brought the heat today, and I'm sorry that we are in a situation. If I seem hostile today, I'm angry because I don't tolerate bullshit. I just don't like bullshit. And this, I don't know if this could have been resolved, but it didn't have to go down like this. But this goes back down to power and money, because they use inappropriate materials, obviously. And if that building is shaky, imagine the 5 or 6 other buildings that's around them that's also shaky. If I was living in a high rise, I'd be to move the fuck out. I'm gonna live in a low rise. Shit.
Well, even that too. And I also don't agree with people that live so close to the water. I know it's beautiful and, the value's phenomenal. And look, if there is a freaking, hurricane or tornado disaster, anything, and the waves start rolling back, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? It's just, it's dangerous to live on beachfront property. It is. It's always a risk that you entail. So I don't agree with that. But anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, it definitely is. But, people pay for those. People, you know the deal. Everybody wants to be, well, not everybody, but people believe that Florida and California are the places to be. So they like that coastal view. You know, so it's something about, there is something to be said for smelling the Pacific in the morning. That is kind of cool, Lauren. You know that you all.
But see, I don't like the beach, so because I hate the sand. It gets everywhere. You can't get it out. The water in California is dirty. Okay, I'm not going to the beach in California.
Okay,
it's
first of
disgusting.
all, I'm not going to let y'all attack my state. We're talking about Florida.
No, I'm just saying. Florida's water is beautiful. It's very clear. But
Yeah.
again, I don't like the beach because I don't like sand. So, you know, it's never been an attraction for me to, I want to live on the beach. It's never been a thing for me. So
I think, you know, just to kind of put a button on that, the condo situation, I think that in a time of tragedy like that, there's just a lot of frustration and there are a lot of questions. And I definitely believe that now with FEMA being involved, as an emergency response and assisting who have the background in disaster recovery, I think that we may have an opportunity to make a little bit more progress in finding out, you know, if there are other survivors or where the tragedy stands as it is. But we here at Laugh and Learn continue to send our prayers and condolences to those who were affected. So
absolutely.
Because we do care. I talk shit, but we do care. And I got a caring heart. I just don't want y'all to know it. I like being a bitch. I like being labeled a bitch. It keeps the bullshit away. It keeps the bullshit away. Show people who you are in the beginning, and all that bullshit will dissipate. That's what Miss Claire Mack said. That's why she 84 and look good. She lives her life unapologetically. She don't take no bullshit. If you bring bullshit to her, she stops it dead in her track. First of all, old black women do that anyway. Old black women, old Asian women. I've seen some old white women, but they do it on the low. They throw the rock and hide their hand. But an old black woman gonna tell you to your face, baby, I don't like that. Take that somewhere else. And ain't nothing you can say back because she an old black woman. She will shoot you.
So I think we do need to share an announcement about next Monday, right?
Next Monday, there will be no Laugh and Learn because it is the 4th of July, and I am not coming on live. I'm going to be barbecuing and high.
Not to say that we're supporting the 4th of July because, you know, we support Juneteenth over here at Laugh and Learn, but we are just going to take the holiday to relax.
Plus, Tribble and Kendall don't have to come all the way out here to Long Beach.
It's been a lot. We haven't taken a holiday since Laugh and Learn started, so we're going to take the holiday.
Now, wait a minute, Flame. Tribble and Kendall may come for that barbecue. They just always coming to work.
You know, I'm thinking Kendall might whoop my ass today because I was so tired and I didn't cook. Because, you know, Kendall always eat. I had to apologize like, dude, I'm sorry I didn't cook. I was tired. Shit.
All of a sudden, you're not in focus this week. You know, just as a result, right?
Right? You don't see me. Kendall be like, oh, the bitch didn't feed me. You won't see her at all. You're going to see them red earrings and nothing else. That is funny as shit.
I love it.
Thank you for joining us here at Laugh and Learn today. I'm sorry, y'all, that the world is in a state. I'm sick of talking about politics a little bit because I'm telling you, it's kind of depressing. And it's overwhelming with the things that are happening in the world. And some of this stuff can be fixed before it even happens. You know, you can't cut corners on everything. You had to realize the people who are in charge of building these policies and doing all these contracts, because there's so many formalities that you have to go through in order to get building contracts and codes and everything. Y'all don't have to cut corners on that. You have to understand that anything can happen. These people have died. There are people that are dead, missing, children. And then when you look at the news and you see the family members out there, it's heartbreaking that you don't know. Imagine, Nicholas, if Miss Rosetta was in that building and you couldn't get in touch with your mom. You know what I'm saying? People have to step outside of themselves and put themselves in that arena and say, oh my God, my mom is in there. My children are in there. You know, everybody's concerned about a dollar. Everybody concerned about a dollar. I want my dollars too. That's why we're going to Patreon. Lauren signed me up for Patreon for Love Lounge. Love Lounge will no longer be free on Laugh and Learn on IG. You will have to subscribe to Love Lounge on Patreon. And
she's gonna do a tutorial.
She's gonna do it today.
Yeah,
because she ain't gonna leave without doing it because I'm gonna slap her.
Yeah.
And then, Flame, you do know you have a whole different audience that'll be waiting for you on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I'm not doing no damn OnlyFans.
Well, they're shifting the premise of their platform supposedly, so it's not, you know, just sexual explicit
Well, I don't want to look at that shit. I don't want to see. If it ain't no sex, I don't want to see it. If I'm gonna subscribe to OnlyFans, I want the sex. Ain't that's what OnlyFans was made for? Shit.
No.
But they're shifting the focus of it. So
it's gonna go down.
Cooking tutorials and how to sew.
You can go to YouTube and get that for free. Shit. Well, no. Absolutely not. I'm not going to OnlyFans. If I go to OnlyFans, y'all gonna be mad because I know how to do the thing. Understand that. The titties be out the way and everything. I just put them over my back.
Lord Jesus. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Love Lounge at Love Lounge, Nicholas. What do we do here?
This is not Love Lounge.
Oh shit,
That's
laugh
not
aloud.
Lauren, just hit. There you
This
go.
is not
Absolutely.
Love Lounge.
That's why they here, because when I fuck it up, they fix it.
See, Flame is already on to the next thing. I'm talking about Patreon, and it's okay. Her brain's already in the next
Check.
thing, so it's
I feel
fine.
money. I felt money is
So
money.
check.
Totally
I know that's
fine.
right. Well, here at Laugh and Learn, we are always encouraging people to use their mind. Right? What are we doing? Lauren,
That's not the
see?
same.
That one
not
is.
the same.
See, I'm not the only one. What you done had?
Oh my God! Here at Laugh and Learn, we oh my God!
It's okay. It's okay. I got you. Ready? Because we
Line.
just lie.
Line. Yeah. There you go.
And look, and scene one, go. Take one. Shit.
Because remember, we
I'm not trying to get you to change your mind.
We're simply trying to get you to use your mind. Because why?
Nick, since I said your line, you say mine. Shit.
Because you have to have a mind in order to use your mind. And
There you
all of
go.
you have a mind.
See,
There
Little
you
Rock,
go.
Arkansas is rubbing off on you. You getting good and slow player. Let me just hear you getting good and with special needs. I'm just saying.
Oh
Ladies
my
and gentlemen,
God.
thank you for joining us here. Remember that you can watch the podcast. You can listen to the podcast on iHeart under the Black Effect Network on iHeart, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Wednesday nights, midnight, or Thursday, however you consider it. And the video component will be up on Friday nights, midnight. We try to shoot for midnight, but IG been tripping, so we still get it up. Y'all just be patient with
Unless
us.
I'm traveling and the Wi-Fi doesn't like me, y'all might get it on Sunday, and that's happening going forward. So just bear with me, please. So I don't want any hateful comments.
And thank
talking
you
about
for
y'all are
joining
late.
us. Thank you for making us being a part of the conversation today. As again, we thank Tribble, our producer, our cameraman Kendall. We will see you all in 2 weeks, because next week we are not doing Laugh and Learn because it is the holiday. Enjoy your time. We will see you. Please stay safe. And in the words of T.T. Jan, with all that's going on in the world, please keep your head on a swivel. Be very aware of your surroundings, because things are moving and happening every day. And according to what they were saying on CNN Saturday night, insurrection number 2 is coming.
In August, yeah, I did read that too.
So please be careful. Please
Yeah.
be safe.
Yeah.
Bye,
Right.
Nick. You look handsome. You look great. I will see you. I'll call you. Bye, Flamettes. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Bye.
Laugh and Learn is a production of the Black Effect Network and iHeartRadio. Our executive producer is Tiffany Haddish. The show is produced by Tribble. Our theme music is by Chrissy Payne.